Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hallmark Guy Podcast. I am Baptiste, the Hallmark Guy, and I'm back with a new recap and review of the 2025 Hallmark Channel's Countdown to Christmas movie, the final new 2025 Countdown to Christmas movie. I can't believe it. That's crazy. I'm actually recording this after Christmas, so I hope you all had a great Christmas. I still had three episodes to record, so I'm doing this right now. And yeah, I can't believe it was the final movie of Canada Christmas 2025, final new movie, The Christmas Baby, which premiered on Sunday, December 21st at 8/7 Central on Hallmark Channel and starred Ali Liebert and Kat Verrill. So the movie follows Erin and Kelly, who have been married for quite some time, and as they are about to host their families for Christmas. Erin is more of a responsible one. She works at a shipping slash wrapping store, and Kelly's a little more free spirited. She makes sets pieces for a community theater. One night, as Erin is about to leave her shop to go to an award ceremony for Kelly, who's receiving something for community work, she finds a baby left in her shop. She panics, like look around, hey, where's your mom? Everywhere she's panicking. And there's a note saying that the person who left it knows that she and Kelly will take good care of Nicholas, the baby. Erin does not know what to do, and she brings the baby to the award ceremony. After a ceremony, they call child services. Barbara Niven plays the child services person, and she takes the baby and brings him to the hospital for checkups before he gets placed into a foster home. But Erin and Kelly realize that they want to take care of him, at least for the time that he's going to be in the foster home. So they ask if they can keep him, can bring it home, and they can. So it is a big adjustment for them and their moms who are really excited and will help them take care of everything. But after a few days, Kelly, who does not seem excited about the idea of having children, think it's time for them to send him to foster care. And they do. It puts a strain in their relationship because they agreed on no kids when they got married, but Erin realized that she wanted children. And after a little bit, well, that experience with Nicholas made her realize that, yeah, she might want children. And after a little bit, Erin realizes that how much she misses Nicholas. So they will do everything they can to get him back. And once they get him back, they decide to apply for adoption. They have to go through the home inspection. That does not happen in the best of conditions because after the water main burst in the building where Erin works, their house basically became an Amazon fulfillment center. That's the way she calls it. But the inspector is understanding. But after they go through that, another bad news comes in. Nicholas's biological mom wants to see him. The girls do not know what to do, and they have the option to refuse, but they accept. And the thing is that it happens on Christmas Eve while all their family is at the house. So the girls tell them to hide and not make a noise. The mom arrives with Barbara and Nathan, who I forgot the name. So sorry. Um, she comes with them, and she comes with her, and they realize that the biological mom, is their local barista, where they go every week, and like she knows their order, and she says that she saw them and thought they would be good moms. She's a single mother, a student, and living with roommates. It was just too much, and she made the right decision for her. The girls tell her that she can see him when she wants, but she was moving out of state for school. But again, she knows she made the right decision, especially when the girls call their family and she sees Nicholas being so loud. The girls realize it is not the life they expected, but it's a life that they needed. And that was the Christmas baby. So, I'm again going to break it up in 4 points: what really worked for me, what I did not like, some things to point out, and final thoughts. So, what really worked for me is there are two good actresses that I like um, individually. Ali Liebert, I want to say I discovered her in Three Wise Men and a Baby, but I know she's done a lot for Hallmark before that, and now she's directing. She's a really good director, so I like her. And Kat Barrow, I've discovered, I think, in Everything Christmas, which was one of my favorite Hallmark 2023 Hallmark Christmas movie, and I really like her. So I was excited for that. Kat was doing another Hallmark movie, and that Ali was going back on the screen because in the past few years she's basically mostly been behind the camera, directing. She came back for Three Wisest Men, which I thought was a great idea, even though it wasn't done the best of ways. But I was happy to see her back in there because I feel like we need an explanation why she was not in the second one. So I was excited. I liked them. The thing is that their characters, well, were in what really worked for me, so we're going to keep it at that. And Barbara Niven, love Barbara Niven, love Murder She Baked, and now Hannah Swenson Mysteries. Um, she was in the Crossword Mysteries. I like her. I like her movies. So I was excited that as a, can we say, yeah, the older ladies of Hallmark. There's her and Meryl Renner, and is it Meryl Renner? Marilu Renner? Yeah, I'm so blanking around, like hoping I didn't say something wrong. Marilu Henner. And so sorry, she follows me on Instagram. So sorry about that. But there's the two ones that play, yeah, the moms in, well, Marilu was in Orchard Garden. She's in, like I said, Anna Swenson, or she baked, and she was in Crossword Mysteries. So every year I was look forward, like, oh, hope they still get them. And Barbara gets one every year, and it's out of horror. It's been some years since we saw Marilu in anything else. But I was excited that she got one. She also was in Leah's Perfect Gift last year, which I really liked with Evan Roderick, who I really love his movie this year, another family movie. But yeah, so I was excited. Barbara Niven, another Barbara Niven movie. And there were some funny moments. It was, the movie was more of a dramatic tone. It's something that could have ended up in Miracles of Christmas if Hallmark Mysteries still made movies, but they don't apparently. So it was more like that tone, more serious. But it still had some fun moments, especially when what's her name? Especially when Aaron meets the baby, and then when they go to the party, and like their best friend's like, "Oh, my husband's gonna be upset he missed the party," or something like that. So that was really funny. Right after my husband's gonna be so mad he didn't come, or something like that. They're like, um, Kelly's like, well, maybe this is a loan, and their friend look at the 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 note and like nothing indicates this is a loan. So that was really funny. And then the baby is like crying and everything. It's like Kelly's like, I changed your diaper, I fed you. Does that help to know that all your needs are satisfied? And then they're looking at who could have given us the baby, and they make a list. And I can't remember why, but they mentioned, oh, Jennifer mentioned, like, my dentist was pregnant, something, and like their friend puts on the board, Jennifer's dentist is like, stop putting Jennifer's dentist. It was really funny. And then Kayla's like, oh, Virginia Woolf. And it's like, Jennifer's like, who? He's like, no, that's the play I directed, because she thinks it's someone from the play, or she made decors directed. I don't remember, but there's a lot of funny moments, and that I really liked. So those are the things that really worked for me. What I did not like is, like I said, I like both actresses. Their characters annoy me, and mostly Callie. Um, I mean, to each their own. Um, but I feel like, yeah, she wasn't as mature as Erin, I feel like, and I don't know, she annoyed me. She was really indecisive in what she wanted, which I understand. I mean, a baby, you've agreed on no baby, baby falls on your laps. And I don't know, her character was like, since I know, since in the end, we know they're gonna keep the babies, like, stop that game. I don't know. But yeah, she annoyed me because she didn't seem like the most responsible, and kind of like, at some point, I felt like she forced the baby out of the house, which I was like, when you see that, like, Aaron really wanted to keep the baby. So yeah, I didn't really like Kelly. I might have said Aaron at some point. It's Kelly. And major point for me, not enough Barbara Niven. I know it wasn't sold as a Barbara Niven movie, but it was Barbara Niven is in that movie, and it was premiered the weekend. She was in the Hallmark Christmas Experience, and they did a bunch of stories like catch the Christmas baby tonight on Hallmark, and she did a bunch on her Instagram, and she's like in 4 scenes. That's not enough Barbara Niven for me. Um, so yeah, that's what I did not like. There's another thing that I'm gonna keep it for some things to point out, which we're heading to right now. The building that they shows, they use visuals of outside of buildings to show like, oh, hey, let's pretend that scene's taking place in that building. The building that the outside visuals that they had for the community theater was the building from my college. I was watching the movie, it's like, wait a second, it looked like my college, looked like someplace I know. Go back, I was like, well, it is. And then I was like, well, with some tweaks, they added some stuff, changed the name on the outside. And as I looked up the building online, I was like, it is the building. So I sent it to my friends. I sent it to the people who work at the college. It was so fun to have that. And I'm in the Kansas City area. So, and Hallmark's in Kansas City, like they didn't go far to get that shot. I don't think they got that shot for their Hallmark went to did that. But it's funny that it's in the metro. And my friend's like, "Do you know they shot the movie there?" I was like, they didn't shoot it there. It's just used the outside visual. I looked up, they filmed the movie in Vancouver. But that was really fun to see the outside of the building. It's like, oh my God, maybe and I work for the school media. It's like, maybe I should write an article about it when we come back in January. That was fun. I really liked that. I felt proud, like, we're in the Hallmark movie. The outside of college is the Hallmark movie. So that was the outside that I liked. The visual that I liked, the visual that I did not like, I cannot really tell you why, but it looked a little bit like a Lifetime movie instead of a Hallmark movie. And I don't mind Lifetime movies. I watched Lifetime movies. I've liked Lifetime movies, but they are distinct. They are two different. There's a visual aspect to Lifetime, to Hallmark, that is not on Lifetime. They look different, and you can kind of see which one it is. And like I said, I like Lifetime, but if I want to see Lifetime, I watch Lifetime. And it kind of looked like a Lifetime movie. And the last thing I want to point out is it's going to sound weird, but it was too slow and too fast at the same time. Um, I feel like looking back, I feel like the movie has like four arcs in, four different arcs, and I've heard that it's usually nine. And I feel like the movie can be summarized in like 4 scenes. And at the same time, I was like, well, they changed their mind about the baby really fast. And another thing that's really fast is the adoption thing in that city. They tell them, well, there's a lot of people that are waiting to adopt, but man, they must work really fast because they got the paperwork done and the inspection and kind of the adoption done in like 2 days or maybe like a week, but that which is not does not happen in real life. And another thing I want to point out about the adoption thing is that so they take the baby home with them the first time and then they send it back. And I'm like, well, we want it again. I'm like, I'm child services. I'm not trying to giving you the baby back. I'm like, we're not gonna play that game of we take it, we don't want it. We take it, we don't want it. I was like, I don't know if in real life that would have been accepted. But yeah, going back to too slow in terms of, I feel like there are four arcs, like nothing really happens, but too fast in a way that things happen too quickly, if that makes sense. So final thoughts. This was unfortunately, I mean, one movie has got to be the least favorite one, but it was my least favorite movie. At the time I watched it, I still had two movies left to watch. Um, One, I had an idea that one could be the least favorite, but ended up not being the least favorite. I actually ended up liking it. I'm not going to tell you which one. You'll have to watch my final ranking episode, or the rankings already out on Instagram at the Hallmark Guy Podcast. Go follow the account. But yeah, it was my least favorite movie of the year. Not enough. I love Barbara Niven. Not enough Barbara Niven. When to me, I thought she would be a big part. I know it's not a Barbara Niven movie, but I thought she would be a big part of the movie. And the pace and the look of the movie didn't really do anything for me. And yeah, I didn't really connect with the characters. I was more annoyed at them, especially at Kelly. Um, then yeah, and Again, it was more dramatic, which is okay. I love the dramatic ones, but I didn't feel that Hallmark. I mean, we had the beautiful moments with the baby, but I was missing kind of a Hallmark something for me. So yeah, that is it for the Christmas Baby. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you thought of the movie. Maybe it's one of your favorite movies, and I'd love to hear why. So yeah, tell me in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.